It's the nightmare scenario. So get it. It's a cold September morning in Montauk. Nicholas Edelman and a friend grab their boards and paddle out. That's a surf term. There'll be plenty more of them moving past it.
There's a little wave there called cliffs.
As Nicholas rides out a wave, one of his fins clips a sandbank below. He falls in shallow water.
And unfortunately broke my neck at C5 and C6 and was paralyzed in the water. I was lucky to be surfing with a good friend of mine who's a lifeguard and was rescued out of the ocean and taken to shore. I remember making a promise to myself that if I did recover in full, that I would live a sort of life more dedicated towards sort of passion. And I think that gave me the license to really start the business.
I'm Matt Brown, and this is The Growth Show, a special series brought to you by The Hustle Daily Show, all about how to grow a business, an idea, or a movement.
There's no secret formula for better service throughout the customer journey, but there is the all-new Service Hub from HubSpot. It makes it infinitely easier to scale customer support and increase retention. By bringing service and support together in one powerful platform, you can deliver the best experiences for your customers and your teams. Free up time for your reps to focus on complex issues with an AI-powered help desk. Proactively drive retention with customer health scores that help keep your business ahead, stopping churn in its tracks. And give your entire go-to-market team the data they need to operate as one unified, powerful front. Also, you can easily support, strengthen, and grow your customer base. Secrets out. HubSpot Service Hub is a game changer. Visit HubSpot.com/service to do more for your customers today.
All right, so Nicholas, full recovery. Also, that is a bit of an accent. Look at the years on you. Nicholas comes from Australia, where surfing is all but branded into your bones. And having survived this injury, fully recovered, he kept that promise he made to himself. Nicholas started work at a boutique wellness hotel, and part of the hotel's focus was on touching sand and surfing at the nearby beach. So, after meeting co-founder Richard Duff, the two wanted to combine both the boutique wellness experience and their love of surfing.
My name is Nicholas Edelman. I'm the CEO of Aventuur.
Aventuur is the leading developer and operator of surf resorts. The word Aventuur is a hybrid of Swedish and Dutch words for adventure, so consider that your global language lesson for the week. But what exactly is a surf resort? Great question, me. All right, mental exercise here. At the center of each resort is a large pool, a lagoon if we want to use the correct term, and down the center of this lagoon runs what looks like a train tunnel. Only there's no train. Instead, there's a large metal god named Wave Garden. Now, you can find wave gardens in Aventuur and other similar surf resorts around the world, but here's how it works. The wave garden surges through the center of the lagoon to create the perfect wave on each side of it. The perfect wave every time, every 4 minutes.
One phenomenon in the water is that 10% of surfers get 90% of the waves. So for a beginner, it's an extremely hard sport to learn. So that wave garden really changes that.
And surrounding this central lagoon are all the other luxury resort must-haves.
The other big focus within these parks is on health and well-being.
Count 'em.
So ice bath and sauna facilities.
Check.
The yoga studios.
Check.
The coffee before.
Check.
That beach bar, beach club experience.
And of course, various stores and plenty of hotel rooms. So you'll never have to leave. Ever. Honestly, I don't know why you would. Did you just hear all the stuff it has?
We've got 3 projects under development at the moment, one in Australia, one in New Zealand, and one in North America. And we're currently looking at projects across the USA.
Aventuur's already announced plans to bring these surf resorts to 11 cities across North America, including New York, Los Angeles, Denver, Dallas, Nashville, Phoenix, and Baja California. Or, as Nicholas puts it,
what we call the North American playbook.
Now, surf resorts aren't exactly a new concept. Kelly Slater, the face of surfing for the last 30 years, opened his surf ranch in Central California back in 2015. Renting out the ranch will run you $50,000 to $70,000 a day. For a group of 10, that's $5,000 to $7,000 per person. By comparison, a standard day in the water at Aventuur will be $50 to $150, with monthly memberships ticking up to $1,000. Well, back of napkin math here, and yeah, that's a pretty significant difference in cost. But the real secret to Aventuur's confidence in launching 11 cities is the exclusive rights to the Wave Garden in North America. Let's chat cities. Look, I know what you're thinking. I'm no climatologist, if that's even a term. But a city like Denver that spends half its year in cold weather, maybe not the first place I'd throw a surf lagoon, but identifying your target market, hopefully, takes a bit more into account.
Some of the cities really show up in terms of having a high propensity of surfers or aspirational surfers. So in the market case of Denver, while you're only running the park likely 8 or 9 months a year, there is a huge crossover between the ski and snowboard community to the surf community. So you've got a high propensity of people that would like to try surfing if given that opportunity.
So let's talk about this community a bit more. Surfers. Since Kelly Slater's Surf Ranch debuted almost a decade ago, there's been a, let's call it, healthy debate happening among surfers. So I'm here in Manhattan Beach, a neighborhood in Los Angeles known for its surf community, to find out what the locals think about surf resorts.
Oh, man.
That's a good question.
But I'd say in general, I'm like all for the ocean.
Maybe not as pure. Maybe not as pure.
I think it's just going to bring more people in the water, man. It's a lot of bickering going on or people doing the wrong thing. It's already crazy out there.
You know, from some of the core surfing community, there's a huge amount of skepticism as to where they would sit within the surfing world and how they might impact some of the sort of traditions of surfing.
I have never tried. I'll be interested in trying because I just want to increase my skill set.
Less risk.
Perfect waves in a mechanical pool.
It's definitely safer, yeah.
Consistent.
So I'm a beginner personally. I would totally take a pool. Once I felt like I was really good, obviously I'd want to go out in the ocean.
The ocean, man. It's just nature. It's just where you want to be.
Because you see dolphins.
Dolphins.
Yeah.
Having a dolphin come up right next to you when you're just chilling out in the ocean is like, it's so surreal.
Just totally change your mind about everything.
We believe that, you know, Mother Nature will always be number one.
But if it's flat, oh, mechanical pool.
100%.
We do look at the Wave Garden as a complement, not in competition to the ocean. You can use both.
This balance is really one of the biggest upsides for the company, because the ocean, well, she can be one cruel mother at times.
So, for instance, I was surfing here at the Venice breakwater this morning, and it was probably sort of an intermediate type morning, and there were some true beginners out there this morning, and I was looking at them, and I don't think they had a great time because there was, you know, if you're a green run skier, you want to be on a green run, likewise blue and likewise black. So the Wave Garden can cater the wave to that surfer's ability.
All right, so we've looked at the need to identify the right markets. Remember,
what we call the North American playbook.
And how Aventuur is getting to understand their audience, who they are, their concerns, and figuring out what unique value these resorts can bring to both the local hodad and the intermediate to expert level surfer. Now, factoring in all these different data points is worth considering because the last thing we need to look at here is revenue. Building these resorts alone isn't exactly cheap. The estimated cost to build each one is between $50 and $100 million. That's a pretty high price tag for the size of my pockets, so it's a good thing Nicholas and team found other investors. Setting up financial backing is never an easy process for a startup, but here's the thing. These resorts make money.
So you're likely to get around 1 million people through a park per annum with that 200,000 unique visits.
And at the lowest day rate of $50 per person, that's $50 million a year right there. But it's not just a lagoon, it's a resort. So you should also look at storefronts.
The top board riders store, performing store in Europe is next to the Wave Garden in Switzerland. So out of, circa 141 stores, that is the top performing retail store. Because as consumers have had these amazing experiences in the surfing lagoon and attached that commercial purchase to that experience, that has been driving the success of that retail offering.
And money's great. Yeah, we love capitalism, right? Well, beyond the costs, beyond the profit centers, the core of Aventuur's business is the sense of community it builds.
One of our goals within Aventuur is to make sure we're creating great, watermen, and for men and women, making them confident in the ocean from a swimming perspective and from a safety perspective.
All right, crack those notebooks. Here's the rundown. Nicholas built this business around a passionate community. And Aventuur's keys to growth here are finding the right target markets,
The North American playbook,
understanding their surf community audience, and positioning both the wave garden and the resort as profit centers. As I, and you, hey, we're in this together. Wait for the first resort to open. It makes me think about a story I reported on a few years back. It was about a surfing dog out of San Diego. I know, incredible. And when I was sourcing for questions, 2 different surfers said there's really only one question every surfer has to ask themselves. And I have a feeling that once people start dipping their toes in an Aventuur surf resort, they'll come away faced with the very same question. Are you in it for the waves or the lifestyle? Today's episode was written and produced by me, Matthew Brown. We're a new series, so if you like what you hear, leave us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. And be sure to check out more stories at hustle.com. That does it for me. All right, everyone. See you next episode.
Hey, everybody, I got a great podcast to tell you about. It's called Truth, Lies, and Work, and it's brought to you by the HubSpot Podcast Network, the audio destination for business professionals. On this show, you can join husband and wife team Al and Leanne Elliott as they dispel myths, impart wisdom, and answer all your questions about finding, keeping, and motivating great people. They actually just did an episode with John Smith, who is the manager and agent of famous Argentinian soccer player Diego Maradona. He talks about in this episode how he was able to manage the global superstar, athlete, celebrity that Maradona is and was. It's a great listen. You better get out there and check it out. And you can listen to Truth, Lies, and Work wherever you get your podcasts.